It was like. It was like. We respond to 3 products. We respond to 3 products. I do not have much time. I do not have much time. How many dishes are included in the tasting menu? How many dishes are included in the tasting menu? Anxious. Anxious. What happened to your husband? What happened to your husband? Was his half-brother an aviator? Was his half-brother an aviator? Follow me. Follow me. He is repairing the car. He is repairing the car. Whose umbrella did you take? Whose umbrella did you take? Slow down. Slow down. The test was easy, passed with great success. The test was easy, passed with great success. I have an appointment with the doctor for tomorrow. I have an appointment with the doctor for tomorrow. He goes to work in his car. He goes to work in his car. We listen to a podcast on the way to work. We listen to a podcast on the way to work. I've been living here since 2012. I've been living here since 2012. They lived in New York for a long time before moving to Los Angeles. They lived in New York for a long time before moving to Los Angeles. The Tommy family, one of Argentina's wealthiest families. The Tommy family, one of Argentina's wealthiest families. The teacher corrects the exams. The teacher corrects the exams. The movie interests him. The movie interests him. I wish we could have visited the museum before it closed. I wish we could have visited the museum before it closed. Your half-brother is the inspector. Your half-brother is the inspector. You may ask for a second opinion. You may ask for a second opinion. To throw. To throw. Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? I'm afraid that's not quite true. I'm afraid that's not quite true. Do you offer homemade desserts? Do you offer homemade desserts? Do you have gluten-free options for tortillas? Do you have gluten-free options for tortillas? I have a job interview tomorrow. I have a job interview tomorrow. I speak English well now. I speak English well now. I find English to be a very interesting language. I find English to be a very interesting language. Because my department is English. Because my department is English. He was rescued that night. He was rescued that night. What time do you leave school? What time do you leave school? Can you throw? Can you throw? Has it improved every week? Has it improved every week? I can speak for education. I can speak for education. Do you babysit often? Do you babysit often? They must become archaeologists immediately. They must become archaeologists immediately. Do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? She had cooked dinner before her guests arrived. She had cooked dinner before her guests arrived. We cleaned the house yesterday. We cleaned the house yesterday. Despite being nervous, he gave a great performance. Despite being nervous, he gave a great performance. It won't be late, will it? It won't be late, will it? Could you please pack the leftovers for us? Could you please pack the leftovers for us? Ceiling fan making a strange noise. Ceiling fan making a strange noise. There is not much water left in the bottle. There is not much water left in the bottle. Where is the center of the world? Where is the center of the world? I am a student and want to improve my grades. I am a student and want to improve my grades. They should not be set. They should not be set. 1. I don't notice anything special about it. 1. I don't notice anything special about it. How to cook chicken fillets. How to cook chicken fillets. Is there a toy aisle in the store? Is there a toy aisle in the store? Is your nephew an innkeeper? Is your nephew an innkeeper? He will visit his grandparents during the summer vacation. He will visit his grandparents during the summer vacation. We prove it. We prove it. This is my first time here. This is my first time here. I hate the color black. I hate the color black. Are you free tonight? Are you free tonight? My grandson was a publisher. My grandson was a publisher. He wrote an opinion piece on the future of renewable energy. He wrote an opinion piece on the future of renewable energy. Is my stepdaughter an apprentice? Is my stepdaughter an apprentice? I'm going to boil some water to make tea. I'm going to boil some water to make tea. Can you call often? Can you call often? Can't draw? Can't draw? Sometimes technician. Sometimes technician. I will do it right away. I will do it right away. But we are using the car. But we are using the car. After a century, they become journeymen. After a century, they become journeymen. He never goes to bed early. He never goes to bed early. You use a lot of electricity at home. You use a lot of electricity at home. We had the broken glass repaired by the glazier. We had the broken glass repaired by the glazier. Later. Later. 10 to. Although it is a small company, it has a strong customer base. Although it is a small company, it has a strong customer base. How sweet. How sweet. It was delicious. It was delicious. The concert was great and I had a great time. The concert was great and I had a great time. Almost everyone is here. Almost everyone is here. If you don't feel well, you should see a doctor. If you don't feel well, you should see a doctor. You can file a lawsuit 4 months in advance. You can file a lawsuit 4 months in advance. They may have made a reservation in advance. They may have made a reservation in advance. He played football with his friends. He played football with his friends. The cat hiding under the bed is scared. The cat hiding under the bed is scared. Well, you learn from your mistake. Well, you learn from your mistake. We were saving money for our vacation. We were saving money for our vacation. He is an expert in computer programming. He is an expert in computer programming. What are you doing here? I want to see you. What are you doing here? I want to see you. What a beautiful city. What a beautiful city. 5 centuries later he would approve. 5 centuries later he would approve. I'm not sure what you need. I'm not sure what you need. Definitely. Definitely. Night time should not be counted. Night time should not be counted. He played basketball in high school and college. He played basketball in high school and college. I go to the gym to exercise. I go to the gym to exercise. I go to the market to buy something to eat. I go to the market to buy something to eat. The baby cries when he is hungry. The baby cries when he is hungry. I don't know if I can handle the truth. I don't know if I can handle the truth. His painting is more vivid than mine. His painting is more vivid than mine. I rolled the ball under the sofa. I rolled the ball under the sofa. He was singing while cooking dinner. He was singing while cooking dinner. We may not shed last year. We may not shed last year. I'm not sure I can help you with this. I'm not sure I can help you with this. What are you learning right now? What are you learning right now? Still, there are a few things that need to be fixed. Still, there are a few things that need to be fixed. I will be working on my car this weekend. I will be working on my car this weekend. Were you studying for the exam? Were you studying for the exam? Our cousins are designers. Our cousins are designers. Then it could not be a midwife. Then it could not be a midwife. The book I'm reading is really interesting. The book I'm reading is really interesting. They played football in the park. They played football in the park. I want to contribute to the discussion. I want to contribute to the discussion. Early. Early. The message has been sent to all employees. The message has been sent to all employees. If I was a superhero, I would fight for justice. If I was a superhero, I would fight for justice. Is his nephew an economist? Is his nephew an economist? Have you finished reading the book? Have you finished reading the book? They shouldn't wake up. They shouldn't wake up. I will handle this. I will handle this. I may have to be late at work tonight. I may have to be late at work tonight. I'll finish the exercise when John gets home. I'll finish the exercise when John gets home. Our teacher standing at the front of the class is our new English teacher. Our teacher standing at the front of the class is our new English teacher. Did they appear every year? Did they appear every year? I like to listen to jazz music. I like to listen to jazz music. Surveys. Surveys. Can't I draw? Can't I draw? They surfed in Hawaii. They surfed in Hawaii. We can't settle in at sunset. We can't settle in at sunset. She danced in ballet. She danced in ballet. It could be. It could be. His grandson was a developer. His grandson was a developer. Didn't she wait? Didn't she wait? I'll probably look into their eyes when I talk to them. I'll probably look into their eyes when I talk to them. Have you ever tried skydiving? Have you ever tried skydiving? It's getting late. It's getting late. I'm planning. I'm planning. Although the hike is challenging, the view from the top is breathtaking. Although the hike is challenging, the view from the top is breathtaking. They couldn't win. They couldn't win. Our toilets are always clean and full. Our toilets are always clean and full. I have been living in Ankara since 2020. I have been living in Ankara since 2020. He was painting in art class. He was painting in art class. He will have finished painting the house by next month. He will have finished painting the house by next month. Had they finished building the house when they moved in? Had they finished building the house when they moved in? Was her husband a chemist? Was her husband a chemist? The dog is barking. The dog is barking. We are never garbage collectors. We are never garbage collectors. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. He got his passport stamped at the airport. He got his passport stamped at the airport. Can you appreciate? Can you appreciate? The culture of the country is reflected in its food and art. The culture of the country is reflected in its food and art. I have an appointment at 2 in the afternoon. I have an appointment at 2 in the afternoon. Good morning. Good morning. I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. I can go home. I can go home. 4. I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. 4. I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. Can I have extra feta cheese in my salad? Can I have extra feta cheese in my salad? Didn't I get it? Didn't I get it? You have to turn in your research paper by Friday, the professor said. You have to turn in your research paper by Friday, the professor said. Separately. Separately. Is my stepbrother a brewer? Is my stepbrother a brewer? Scissors. Scissors. What should I say? What should I say? Can they imagine the sun rising? Can they imagine the sun rising? I watch movies when I'm bored. I watch movies when I'm bored. Do they exercise? Do they exercise? Who cares? Who cares? Will they provide? Will they provide? I will take a photo. I will take a photo. This is his jacket. This is his jacket. We may have to postpone the trip. We may have to postpone the trip. He may forget his keys again. He may forget his keys again. I like to drink coffee, but I also like to drink tea. I like to drink coffee, but I also like to drink tea. We haven't been better for 10 years. We haven't been better for 10 years. Should we change every day? Should we change every day? Would you like to come with me? Would you like to come with me? Can I think a little? Can I think a little? I'm going to the park. I'm going to the park. To pretend. To pretend. At noon we will be warriors. At noon we will be warriors. Was to calculate. Was to calculate. Sorry for interrupting. Sorry for interrupting. I have to go to the bank to deposit some money. I have to go to the bank to deposit some money. My family will visit me next weekend. My family will visit me next weekend. His brothers were art directors. His brothers were art directors. I can't believe you're the captain of our football team. I can't believe you're the captain of our football team. How about swimming in the pool? How about swimming in the pool? I thought you said you would help me. I thought you said you would help me. Will they be alchemists sometimes? Will they be alchemists sometimes? Isn't she a shop assistant at Sunrise? Isn't she a shop assistant at Sunrise? If you don't use sunscreen, you'll get sunburned. If you don't use sunscreen, you'll get sunburned. She is your daughter and she loves you. She is your daughter and she loves you. He gets better. He gets better. Can you test normally? Can you test normally? The water is too cold to swim. The water is too cold to swim. The cat is chasing a mouse. The cat is chasing a mouse. Shouldn't we believe right away? Shouldn't we believe right away? He often forgets his keys. He often forgets his keys. You're a nice person, I'm happy to help. You're a nice person, I'm happy to help. They have to pay the rent until the first of the month. They have to pay the rent until the first of the month. Insecure. Insecure. Reading books is interesting. Reading books is interesting. Didn't they see you soon? Didn't they see you soon? Were you studying for the exam before you realized it was delayed? Were you studying for the exam before you realized it was delayed? You were always the answer. You were always the answer. Now they are imposing. Now they are imposing. They hate washing dishes. They hate washing dishes. Are you working on Sunday? Are you working on Sunday? It could be a dentist appointment. It could be a dentist appointment. Write me a book outline on the best guide to mindful eating. Write me a book outline on the best guide to mindful eating. But we must be wary of the dangers. But we must be wary of the dangers. We should have saved more money for the holidays. We should have saved more money for the holidays. I have a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend. We'll have a barbecue in the backyard. We'll have a barbecue in the backyard. I'm in the room with the candy. I'm in the room with the candy. She was sewing a new dress for her daughter. She was sewing a new dress for her daughter. I will speak English with my children. I will speak English with my children. Why are they laughing? Because they heard a funny joke. Why are they laughing? Because they heard a funny joke. I can learn by myself. I can learn by myself. My phone is not working properly. My phone is not working properly. I want to travel the world. I want to travel the world. I whispered. I whispered. Could not be organized weekly. Could not be organized weekly. Can she be a waitress now? Can she be a waitress now? I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. The problem was solved by the teacher. The problem was solved by the teacher. They will not be shared soon. They will not be shared soon. Is my stepbrother a translator? Is my stepbrother a translator? The purpose of this meeting is. The purpose of this meeting is. I usually take the same bus every day. I usually take the same bus every day. It's an honor. It's an honor. Party on a hot summer night. Party on a hot summer night. 4 p.m. should break. 4 p.m. should break. Sometimes you are a contractor. Sometimes you are a contractor. Is it open? Is it open? Where do you live? Where do you live? He studies for his exams every night. He studies for his exams every night. He is writing a letter. He is writing a letter. I'm not curious, I'm just curious. I'm not curious, I'm just curious. We were a family. We were a family. He is not as fast as you. He is not as fast as you. Although the movie received mixed reviews, I enjoyed watching it. Although the movie received mixed reviews, I enjoyed watching it. They love to travel and explore new places. They love to travel and explore new places. He is a famous economist who has written many influential articles. He is a famous economist who has written many influential articles. Are we welders every week? Are we welders every week? We had the plumber fix the broken sink. We had the plumber fix the broken sink. I will always admire him for his courage. I will always admire him for his courage. After 4 hours, there should be no sociologist. After 4 hours, there should be no sociologist. Update process of rollout file. Update process of rollout file. I'd rather go to the beach than stay at home. I'd rather go to the beach than stay at home. Do you want to say something? Do you want to say something? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite food? Then, we were passing through the countryside. We were passing through the countryside. He plays video games all morning. He plays video games all morning. Controversial. Controversial. Please choose me. Please choose me. Could you please let me know if there is any change in your health history? Could you please let me know if there is any change in your health history? They should have cleaned the house before the guests arrived. They should have cleaned the house before the guests arrived. He wants to learn English. He wants to learn English. Concert tickets were purchased online. Concert tickets were purchased online. The cat stretches its legs. The cat stretches its legs. Heartwarming. Heartwarming. I was just wondering about the square shape. I was just wondering about the square shape. Don't you need to consult now? Don't you need to consult now? Your contribution to the project is greatly appreciated. Your contribution to the project is greatly appreciated. Analyzed immediately. Analyzed immediately. I have an advice for you. I have an advice for you. What can I get for you? What can I get for you? We will watch the sunset together. We will watch the sunset together. I'm going to the library to get some books for my research. I'm going to the library to get some books for my research. Would he never have? Would he never have? Shouldn't they be night watchmen after 3 midnight? Shouldn't they be night watchmen after 3 midnight? You will come on time. You will come on time. Can we warn you 1 second ago? Can we warn you 1 second ago? To lend. To lend. I wish I had met you earlier. I wish I had met you earlier. Are there kids waitresses? Are there kids waitresses? Can you tell me when this happened? Can you tell me when this happened? My family bought a house in 2005. My family bought a house in 2005. I am playing football. I am playing football. And as always, we will learn some new words as well. And as always, we will learn some new words as well. Simon, we're going in the wrong direction. Simon, we're going in the wrong direction. He has a passion for traveling and exploring new cultures. He has a passion for traveling and exploring new cultures. Never give up. Never give up. He usually draws. He usually draws. Let's weigh the advantages and disadvantages. Let's weigh the advantages and disadvantages. Can I have macaroni and cheese with my meal? Can I have macaroni and cheese with my meal? I would never, ever do this. I would never, ever do this. The movie starts at 10 a.m. The movie starts at 10 a.m. We did not guide at night. We did not guide at night. Is our stepbrother a photographer? Is our stepbrother a photographer? You have to die. You have to die. Can you talk about 1 month later? Can you talk about 1 month later? Best for your new role. Best for your new role. We wouldn't have missed the concert if you had booked the tickets. We wouldn't have missed the concert if you had booked the tickets. They are building a sand castle on the beach. They are building a sand castle on the beach. The cafe around the corner is more popular than the cafe across the street. The cafe around the corner is more popular than the cafe across the street. You can be the assistant chef. You can be the assistant chef. Hector will stay with us, right Hector? Hector will stay with us, right Hector? She is more talkative than her sister. She is more talkative than her sister. He had never been on a roller coaster until his friends convinced him to give it a try. He had never been on a roller coaster until his friends convinced him to give it a try. He's too busy to meet me this week. He's too busy to meet me this week. How do you work? How do you work? He wandered off. He wandered off. I wish I hadn't sold his old car. I wish I hadn't sold his old car. They were not accepted annually. They were not accepted annually. Shake, shake. I may be missing. I may be missing. He studied for his exam last night. He studied for his exam last night. To be fair, we have to rotate players. To be fair, we have to rotate players. Can you make pizza with gluten-free crust? Can you make pizza with gluten-free crust? You have to talk. You have to talk. Let me see. Let me see. They will be renovating their kitchen next month. They will be renovating their kitchen next month. I don't want to lose my magazines because I look good. I don't want to lose my magazines because I look good. Does he have? Does he have? Weren't they often translators? Weren't they often translators? I am going home. I am going home. He may not have enough money to buy it. He may not have enough money to buy it. I will call you when I come. I will call you when I come. The train arrived on time. The train arrived on time. Usually appreciated. Usually appreciated. The city is busy. The city is busy. Aren't we equal? Aren't we equal? Bookcase against the wall. Bookcase against the wall. I see John often. I see John often. Where we were. Where we were. How about some ping pong? How about some ping pong? These are my favorite songs. These are my favorite songs. He was to become mayor in the afternoon. He was to become mayor in the afternoon. They wouldn't have lowered before. They wouldn't have lowered before. He did his homework after school. He did his homework after school. Let's move on to the agenda. Let's move on to the agenda. How do you say that? How do you say that? The doctor will be with you shortly to discuss the results. The doctor will be with you shortly to discuss the results. The color of the sky changes throughout the day. The color of the sky changes throughout the day. He took the toy apart to see how it worked. He took the toy apart to see how it worked. He shouted. He shouted. What kind of toys do you have? What kind of toys do you have? Have you ever tried zip lining? Have you ever tried zip lining? As soon as the weather clears, we'll go for a walk. As soon as the weather clears, we'll go for a walk. My cousins were ambassadors. My cousins were ambassadors. Our team won the match. Our team won the match. He is juggling balls. He is juggling balls. Gradually. Gradually. The message has been translated into Spanish. The message has been translated into Spanish. I am sure they will win the match. I am sure they will win the match. Don't you have any job? Don't you have any job? Weren't you hit? Weren't you hit? Should they be admins soon? Should they be admins soon? Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. Can I be your assistant? Can I be your assistant? He was running in the park when he sprained his ankle. He was running in the park when he sprained his ankle. Where can I find laundry detergent? Where can I find laundry detergent? Was his nephew a locksmith? Was his nephew a locksmith? This is my favorite book. This is my favorite book. That daily incentive? That daily incentive? The black cat is quieter than the white one. The black cat is quieter than the white one. Can it add normally? Can it add normally? Earthquakes. Earthquakes. Your stepson was the CEO. Your stepson was the CEO. Firstly. Firstly. I will break for you. I will break for you. According to the book, the story takes place in the future. According to the book, The story takes place in the future. The mistake was forgiven by the teacher. The mistake was forgiven by the teacher. He wasn't a jungler 3 minutes ago. He wasn't a jungler 3 minutes ago. Our half-sister was a model. Our half-sister was a model. Appreciates good music. Appreciates good music. Then we are technicians. Then we are technicians. How can I go there? How can I go there? Can we do this tomorrow? Can we do this tomorrow? I can't believe they're going to televise the trial. I can't believe they're going to televise the trial. The Amazon rainforest is the world's largest tropical rainforest. The Amazon rainforest is the world's largest tropical rainforest. Your sister is a therapist. Your sister is a therapist. In 20 years I will be moving to a new city. In 20 years I will be moving to a new city. They have to listen to the teacher in the classroom. They have to listen to the teacher in the classroom. Your brothers were librarians. Your brothers were librarians. This is absolutely nonsense. This is absolutely nonsense. When do I clean my room? When do I clean my room? Where did you walk? Where did you walk? What a delicious dessert. What a delicious dessert. Can't we normally be cardiologist? Can't we normally be cardiologist? He wrote a poem for his girlfriend. He wrote a poem for his girlfriend. They should assume after a second. They should assume after a second. Purchased every week. Purchased every week. He has to study for the English exam. He has to study for the English exam. He played video games all day. He played video games all day. Both parties must come to a mutual agreement. Both parties must come to a mutual agreement. Can I have your autograph, please? Can I have your autograph, please? May not finance 2 weeks. May not finance 2 weeks. But I still feel sad. But I still feel sad. Will you go to school today? Will you go to school today? He may have to work late tonight. He may have to work late tonight. For I am sure he will be very successful. For I am sure he will be very successful. You saw my face. You saw my face. Sorry, I don't speak English very well. Sorry, I don't speak English very well. There is still no information on when the project was completed. There is still no information on when the project was completed. I missed the flights, I had to book another one. I missed the flights, I had to book another one. It is rarely cold in this region. It is rarely cold in this region. What's in your hand? What's in your hand? His mother is a judge. His mother is a judge. There is a bird on the branch. There is a bird on the branch. Were our children educators? Were our children educators? Could you please get me a towel? Could you please get me a towel? John is aware of this. John is aware of this. When I can't get pregnant. When I can't get pregnant. Bought a t-shirt and some shoes. Bought a t-shirt and some shoes. She danced at the party. She danced at the party. When can you spell your name? When can you spell your name? If the weather is nice, we will go for a walk. If the weather is nice, we will go for a walk. I think I have a problem speaking English. That's why I chose not to attend this meeting. I think I have a problem speaking English. That's why I chose not to attend this meeting. The woman seen talking to the police is the witness. The woman seen talking to the police is the witness. Where is the glass? Where is the glass? Oh how one. Oh how one. The concert was very loud. The concert was very loud. Won't it stay? Won't it stay? I'm going to the theater. I'm going to the theater. How often do you eat out? How often do you eat out? They decided to learn a new language. They decided to learn a new language. I want to find a part-time job. I want to find a part-time job. Looking forward. Looking forward. Infrastructure. Infrastructure. Need courier next year. Need courier next year. He blamed himself for not working hard enough. He blamed himself for not working hard enough. This newspaper article focuses on the latest political developments. This newspaper article focuses on the latest political developments. Was it the focus last year? Was it the focus last year? Immediately. Immediately. They discuss the problem. They discuss the problem. Can I get a refund if I change my mind? Can I get a refund if I change my mind? Who has the guitar on stage? Who has the guitar on stage? How do you spell that? How do you spell that? They were having dinner when we arrived. They were having dinner when we arrived. You will use. You will use. Cannot grow earlier. Cannot grow earlier. There may not be a physiologist in the twilight. There may not be a physiologist in the twilight. John, are you here? John, are you here? He is very critical of himself and others. He is very critical of himself and others. Are you the monthly warrior? Are you the monthly warrior? I just learned to drive. I have to be careful in traffic. I just learned to drive. I have to be careful in traffic. Let's examine a few solutions. Let's examine a few solutions. The sun is setting behind the mountains. The sun is setting behind the mountains. Do we lose in the nighttime? Do we lose in the nighttime? I watched that TV show many times. I watched that TV show many times. Is there a minimum purchase limit for the discount? Is there a minimum purchase limit for the discount? He lived in the city for years before moving to the countryside. He lived in the city for years before moving to the countryside. They prefer to travel by train rather than by plane. They prefer to travel by train rather than by plane. Sam with Isabel. Sam with Isabel. I missed my bus stop and had to walk back. I missed my bus stop and had to walk back. I would also like to point out that we need to be more efficient. I would also like to point out that we need to be more efficient. If you practice every day, you will improve your skills. If you practice every day, you will improve your skills. We'll be a pilot every month. We'll be a pilot every month. How was your morning? How was your morning? See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. We have to clean the house. We have to clean the house. Am I not going to do a masseuse weekly? Am I not going to do a masseuse weekly? Was he rehearsing his presentation before the meeting? Was he rehearsing his presentation before the meeting? If you don't know the answers to these questions, if you don't know the answers to these questions, come straight home after school today. Come straight home after school today. I know they don't love me. I know they don't love me. The book is very difficult for me to understand. The book is very difficult for me to understand. We are excited to try the new restaurant in town. We are excited to try the new restaurant in town. We couldn't catch it the night before. We couldn't catch it the night before. It can wait every week. It can wait every week. Shouldn't they? Shouldn't they? Just one last question. Just one last question. I think it will rain this afternoon. I think it will rain this afternoon. Let's do this. Let's do this. Don't you suspect? Don't you suspect? If the weather was sunny, we would go to the beach. If the weather was sunny, we would go to the beach. Is aware of this. Is aware of this. Can I get you? Can I get you? You're welcome. You're welcome. We need to finish this project before the given date. We need to finish this project before the given date. Let's go. Let's go. You won't be a nanny in 5 minutes. You won't be a nanny in 5 minutes. Can I get rain control if the product is on sale? Can I get rain control if the product is on sale? I haven't seen that movie yet, he said. I haven't seen that movie yet, he said. Should they repeat after 4 evenings? Should they repeat after 4 evenings? He needs to find a new flat for rent. He needs to find a new flat for rent. Because my department is English. Because my department is English. The cake was shared among the guests. The cake was shared among the guests. Hadn't he grown? Hadn't he grown? Is his son a businessman? Is his son a businessman? They have to finish their homework before they go to play. They have to finish their homework before they go to play. The audience was mesmerized by the performance. The audience was mesmerized by the performance. They are so adventurous that they love to try new things. They are so adventurous that they love to try new things. Not tested often? Not tested often? Wasn't he a watchman every year? Wasn't he a watchman every year? He put his foot on the gas pedal to accelerate. He put his foot on the gas pedal to accelerate. Why can't we be at sunset? Why can't we be at sunset? He flew to London for vacation. He flew to London for vacation. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. Is there a party supplies section in the store? Is there a party supplies section in the store? He has already started his new course. He has already started his new course. I do not feel good. I do not feel good. All my secrets. All my secrets. Waiting for you. Waiting for you. Can you pass the salt, please? They asked. Can you pass the salt, please? They asked. We are electrician every year. We are electrician every year.